What does "he will crush your head and you will strike his heel" mean? We're going to answer that question. You can also discover more on GotQuestions.org. In Genesis 3, God metes out various judgments against those who brought sin into his perfect world. Adam, Eve, and the serpent all hear the consequences of their rebellion. To the serpent, God says, in part, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Even in this judgment, there is mercy. God's curse on the serpent, in particular, was laced with words of hope. The serpent, addressed directly, is the animal that Satan used to deceive Eve. Some of the curse was directed at the animal. At the same time, the curse is also upon Satan, who had embodied the snake. As part of the curse, enmity will exist between the woman and the serpent. Later, the same enmity will continue between her offspring, mankind in general, and the serpent's seed. Their offspring will remain enemies throughout all generations. Jesus called the Pharisees a brood of vipers and said they belonged to their father, the devil. In short, God says that Satan will always be the enemy of mankind. Genesis 3:15 is a remarkable verse, often called the Proto-Evangelium, literally the first gospel, because it is the Bible's first prediction of a Savior. The second half of the verse gives two messianic prophecies concerning that Savior. The first messianic prophecy is that he will crush your head. The Amplified Bible makes it clear that the woman's seed is an individual representing all mankind. The second messianic prophecy notes that the serpent will bite the heel of the woman's seed. The heel bite is set in contrast to the head crush, as the Amplified Bible brings out, "And you shall only bruise his heel." Being virgin born, Jesus is literally the offspring of a woman. Being the Son of Man, he is the perfect representative of humankind. The devil's offspring were the evil men and demonic forces who, like a snake, lay in wait for the Savior and struck at him. Their venomous conspiracy condemned Jesus to be crucified. Jesus rose the third day, breaking the power of death and winning the ultimate victory. With the cross, Jesus crushed the devil's head, defeating him forever. So in Genesis 3:15, the crushing of the serpent's head was a picture of Jesus' triumph over sin and Satan at the cross. The striking of the Messiah's heel was a picture of the wounding and death of Jesus on the cross. Satan bruised Jesus' heel, but Jesus showed complete dominance over Satan by bruising his head. Satan, although still active in this world, is a defeated foe. His doom is sure, and the devil was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur. Until that time, there remains enmity between Satan and God's children. The Proto-Evangelium shows us that God always had the plan of salvation in mind and informed us of his plan as soon as sin entered the world. Satan formulated a plan involving the serpent in Eden, but God was way ahead of him, having already ordained the serpent crusher. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the devil's work. That answers the question, what does "he will crush your head and you will strike his heel" mean? On our website, GotQuestions.org, you'll find a deeper discussion and recommended resources. If this helped you, give us a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Meanwhile, if you'd like to study more, click the bell and check out these other questions.